So you two have just led me perfectly into what we're talking about in today's podcast episode, which is starting a print or an apparel business in 2024. So like Ben said, we're heading towards the end of 2023. There's going to be a lot of people that, whether it be a New Year's resolution or whether it be new year, new start, new plans, new ideas, the New Year's always brings new things into the world. And I think it's a perfect time to address how we would recommend starting a business, or just some tips and tricks, right, that sort of between the three of us we've learned over the years. So Ben, I'm going to put you on the spot again. What piece of advice would you give to somebody, or where would you recommend somebody start? So say someone's sitting there thinking, oh, I really want to do like a print or an apparel business next year, but I have no idea where to start. What would your first step be for them? What would you recommend?
So and obviously we're in the heat transfer space, right? And I believe heat printing is that industry space where it allows people to enter into the market. It's not overly expensive to get into, but you can become a commercial grade, like a quality grade printer, right, pretty quickly. And for us, we've been advocating that for years, So, a heat press is always where we start. It's funny, in getting ready for this, I've spoken to a number of my customers and things like that. How did you guys start out, And really similar stories, in terms of how they both started out. But in the end, it was starting with a heat press, and then evolved from there. So for me, it's the heat press. That is the key to becoming a garment decorator, right? And with being a garment decorator, it's about selling apparel. It's about selling apparel that has your mark on it, whether that be your brand or a design or a label, or it's somebody else's logo to create a uniform, right? Like there's such a wide spectrum of what being a garment decorator is. And for me, it is about being and working in a space that you're excited about. So, people often go, oh, I love garment decoration, or I want to get into that space, but pick a space that you love. So if it's gym wear and you're into fitness and things like that, then you find a space and an area that you love doing there. If you're, right into rock band sort of stuff and music and that sort of thing, tailor it that way. Like, don't try to be all things to all people. It's very easy to say yes to everything when you first start out. And I was certainly challenged by that. I used to love to say yes and work out how to do it later. Wasn't always successful, but you learn along the way. That's starting with a heat press. Like, if that's where you want to start, that's such a good way to get into garment and apparel decoration, like starting a t-shirt printing business or any of the sort. Heat press, absolutely.